Hi, it's Supermoon Tarot here, back at it again with another pick a card. Today we are going to be answering a question that I hold very close to my heart, and that is how to get your spark and passion back. Now, this is different than somebody trying to find their life's purpose or something career-oriented. This is somebody who on the day-to-day just doesn't find enjoyment in doing little activities, anything. Like, nothing really gets them going. Maybe they feel detached or dissociated. Maybe it's making them feel isolated. And this could be caused by a number of things. And we might, if it pops up in tarot, we'll explore that. But either way, I have been through this, and I've been through this for several years in the past. And when I was going through this, I just wanted so badly, like the tiniest little bit of a clue or maybe a little peek into my life manual about where I needed to go or what I needed to do to get that back. And we're gonna basically be exploring that and see if there's any clues that pop up in your spread. Now, you pick whatever spread kind of resonates with you most. We've got group number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Whatever group you pick, the timestamp is in the description below. And we're gonna start off by answering group number 1. Group number 1, let's answer the question, how to get your spark and passion back. Okay, your oracle cards are 4 of Wands upright, 3 of Pentacles in reverse, 7 of Cups upright. I'm already getting a workaholic vibe. 7 of Wands upright. Yep, Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Definitely workaholic. The Chariot in reverse. Queen of Wands in reverse. The Hermit in reverse. The Star in reverse. Your oracle card is Heal the Ouch, which I think is the funniest named oracle card. And your last card is Exorcist. I feel right off the bat like someone's messing with you here and here. Well, this is a general reading, so we'll just kind of like put everything out there and we can see what resonates with you. So, okay, right off the bat, when I refer to a workaholic vibe, this does not just mean career. This can refer to maybe you're really caught up in like daily chores or schoolwork. It's something along the lines where you're continuing to work on projects or activities that are not related to fun and celebration. And because you're so consumed in this, it's kind of making you apathetic. You really need to have that moment to disengage and just have fun for the sake of having fun. I don't see you having fun immediately. Like, I think you'll have a good time initially, but it's kind of something where over time you'll reconnect to what it means to have fun. And the big way that I see that being tarot being like, yo, go check this out, is through 4 of Wands upright. This is about being social and having fun. So this is going out to concerts. This is going out to dinner. Spirit's actually speaking up as well. Spirit suggests that you should make a regular habit of making kind of mini holidays, like an excuse to find a reason to celebrate. So like, it's Monday, let's go out and have fun. You know, we just finished our finals, let's have a sleepover with everybody. You know, just a generally like finding a silly funness for like, very anime. I don't know if you'd watch anime, it's very much like that. But this also refers to a couple of things going on in, again, this can refer to workplace, maybe at home you're really stuck up in doing chores and stuff like that, but I see you being given a lot of options. And this is the type of card in the 7 of Cups upright that's an overwhelming amount of options. And this is also the type of card that says you can only choose one. And you're aware of that, and it's really kind of stressing you out, essentially. And this is causing the Three of Pentacles in reverse, which is about disharmony, which is, again, because you're so caught up in all these choices to be made, and it's kind of really throwing you off like your flow and who you are, and it's really therefore consuming your thoughts even more. It's creating this mental blockage, being like, yeah, I'll go have fun later. I'll deal with it later. And most of this drive of why you're so motivated to work on these particular activities is in the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, which is somebody really worrying about it affecting the long-term future. So like you're worried about it. You want it to positively, you're doing all of this to work towards a long-term successful plan. So again, this can relate to work where like maybe you're trying to save up a lot of money, or you want to pay off, some like loans or something like that. So you're like, I got to work really now. I'll go have fun later because this is my main priority. But the thing is, well, the Seven of Cups does say you have to make only one choice. The Chariot totally cancels that out, because the Chariot in reverse is like, hey, none of these choices are good right now. You are not compatible with this particular situation. And the best course of action would be to admit that, kind of say, this isn't right for me. I'm not right for this situation, to then in order be able to move on. You know what I mean? Because the biggest thing I get from all of this is that while you are trying to work towards something that will build a longer term success plan, in the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, this also talks about how that in turn is negatively affecting you and the people around you right now. Think about somebody who's, again, out all the time, like a husband or something, or a wife that's out working all the time, and their partner is like, hey, I really miss you. And by the time that person has earned all that income and got all those promotions, the partner's kind of disengaged emotionally, because they're like, listen, you weren't having a relationship with me for the last like 5 or 10 years. I kind of am not interested anymore. You should have been being, fostering both our relationship and our work. And Spirit's also speaking up about how important this is to go out and like find the fun, make a reason to see life as fun. You're going to have to force it initially if you don't feel it right away, because you can't have this foundation you're building. You're clearly building a foundation for the future if your personal, mental, and, spiritual foundation isn't cemented. And you're kind of losing that through both a combination of this obstacle going on and without the refuel energy-wise and spirit-wise through the Four of Wands upright. But the thing is, I can't, the thing is with the Seven of Wands, this makes me wonder if someone's messing with you. Especially here with the Queen of Wands, because this is about somebody who's manipulative and potentially giving you all of these options and like throwing you off your game. Because the Seven of Wands can talk about you having to defend yourself and saying in a positive way that you are actually in the right, that this isn't a time to speak up and defend your abilities and what you're good at. And maybe the best way to get out of this situation would be to understand that none of these are the right option for you. It's as if this person is throwing these options and things your way to confuse you. And you should just accept, none of them are right for me. I accept that, but I do know what I am good at, and I'm going to show that off, and I'm going to kind of, get confident again and get out of this situation that's kind of pulling me away from even considering going out and having fun, and again, reconnecting to my spark and passion. But on the other hand, this can also refer to when you go out and you're out having a good time. This would be a time to, again, while you're making this a really fun holiday, this is more than like going out to dinner. This is making it a, we're celebrating someone's accomplishment, whether it be your own or in the group. This would be somebody who goes out and says, I'm good. I know I was once good at jump roping. I'll show all my friends I can jump rope, because the Four of Wands also talks about being recognized and celebrated for your achievements. So like I said, I can't tell if someone's messing with you. If they're not messing with you, then this is about you need to make sure that when you go out and have fun, you really show off what you're good at. Get celebrated to it, connect to it, find that confidence again. Either way, over here in this part of the spread, the Queen of Wands in reverse, again, like I said, can refer to somebody being manipulative, but this can also refer to your own controlling habits. Right now, you're just so fixated on like, this has to be this way and I've got to accomplish this goal, that again, you're blockading yourself off from having fun. And the Hermit says exactly what we were talking about before, which is like, okay, you're isolating yourself. You're becoming too consumed with this type of like thought process and focus, and you need to kind of get out of there and go be social with other people. Get out, you need to get out. You need to go deal with that situation. Because in the Star in reverse, this is weirdly a positive card. This says that you've been on the right path all along. Again, we talked about how you already are in the right both with your skills, and you just need to show it off and reconnect with that, as well as in the case if you're getting attacked by a person. Because the Star says you're on the right path, but you unfortunately are not connecting to that right now. And you need to do that. You need to reconnect to that. You need to pull away from what this is. Because in The Exorcist, this talks about how, and again, this is why I keep thinking this is someone specifically messing with you, but this is a general reading, so I'm trying to keep it general. This talks about cutting out this negative person. They're the poison. They're making you think you need to be consumed with this type of mind process, and you need to disengage with that by more focusing on what you're good at. And also talk about healing from that by going and being rejuvenated. So either way, whether a person is involved or not, I would definitely be aware of like, are you in a continuous cycle that doesn't have a balance in your life where you're, I don't see anything focused on specifically like diet and health, but more so go and have a balance between work and play. It needs to be the type of play that will show off your assets. It's not about entertaining other people, but connecting to yourself and realizing what it's like to just purely have fun. This will take a little while to connect to this emotionally, but as you start to find that balance, you'll kind of reconnect and have a better situation at work, which will lift your spirits, but everything's more centered and driven around this concept of going to hang out. You definitely want to pull yourself out of isolation. You definitely want to be aware of like what you can and can't do. And yeah, I'm just trying to think if I need to say anything else. No, that was everything. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this reading as much as I did. Please consider giving it a like and subscribing. It helps out the channel like you would not believe. Either way, let's get ready for group number 2. Group number 2. Let's answer the question, how to get your spark and passion back. Okay, your oracle cards are the Emperor in reverse, the Devil upright, Page of Wands upright, Ace of Cups in reverse, the Hanged Man in reverse, 10 of Cups upright, 9 of Pentacles upright. Oh yes, Wheel of Fortune upright. Oh my god, yes! Oh my gosh, 10 of Pentacles upright. Oh yes! Oh, I'm getting like I can feel, I'm really getting excited. Your oracle card is Into the Unknown and Child Orphan, which sounds way more dramatic than it is. It's actually a really positive thing. Oh, yes. Sorry, these two cards are related. Okay, I am so pumped for you. This is like, there's a lot of good stuff coming your way. Okay, so this is awesome. So, in the Devil card upright, I'm just going to start. I can just already see what's going on here. This is like a really cohesive one spread to read. So, the Devil. The Devil tarot card in this case is talking about you're dealing with some sort of continuous cycle through a bad habit that's causing you a lot of pain. This is a vice, this is an addiction, this can be maybe you're somehow obsessed with the past, and either way, it's creating this sense of like bondage of you being unable to move forward. With the Page of Wands, I definitely think it's through social media. It could be social media itself bringing you down, but it's through social media that it affects the addiction. Again, the addiction could be social media, but it's like maybe you see something that's upsetting and then you do something that hurts you or pulls you back. In the Emperor in reverse, all of this is causing you not to make difficult decisions. This is really important to note of, especially with the Hangman here, because you think by not making these difficult decisions, you are therefore saying no. Like, I don't want to be a part of this. That's my answer, no. But you're actually creating a sort of standstill for yourself. And you're kind of pausing yourself in time. I'm sure you feel paused in time, like the world's going on around you. And again, this goes back to the spark and passion, and you just can't seem to find the drive to move forward. And the more you're checking social media and seeing things that are upsetting you, the more you're like, I can't deal with this. It's too difficult. The big thing that I can see that's affecting you through social media and specifically is with the Ten of Cups here and the Ace of Cups here in reverse. I can see like every card seems to be facing away from the Ten of Cups. There truly is the pasture's greener on the other side kind of concept going on. It's like you see everybody has this, why don't I have that? But there's a clear separation. You put it like this wall in this card, you put it on the other side of the wall, unfortunately. How do I put this? You're seeing it as something not necessarily that you can't have or never will have. Maybe there's a little bit of like, I want that, but there's such a clear, with the wall being here, it's just such a clear, you're putting just such a separation there of like, there's not even a question or thought that you'll get it. You just see it and you feel it's unattainable and it's triggering. You don't see it objectively as just like, oh, someone got a new car or maybe someone got a girlfriend, whatever it is that's affecting you. Again, this is a general reading. Whatever it is that you're seeing, it's something that you should view kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever, they have that cool car, move on. You're really fixating on it. It is making you in the Ace of Cups in reverse feel deprived. This is someone who's depressed, but something really important to pay attention to is a lesson to be learned here. This is a general idea that other people can't make you happy but yourself. You know, I think you're seeing other people living the life you wish you had. Maybe you don't feel you have a friend group right now. And it's like, how will I ever get there? I'm not in the right mindset to get there. And so the more you check it and you can't help it, you just keep refreshing social media and so on and so forth, the more this addiction builds. Again, this can refer to the addiction with the social media, or maybe you go and enjoy something that is not necessarily ever going to, it's like trying to fill an unfillable hole. You know, it's never going to really replace that real feeling you're trying to overcome. But the Hangman in reverse is a sort of neutrally positive card. This says all of this stuff you think that you're saying no to, whatever, was really causing a standstill, but that standstill is now ending. You're now going to move forward. You're going to get out of there. You're going to have to make the decision. And when it's the Hangman, it seems like it's going to happen regardless, that you're going to have to end the cycle proactively. You're going to have to say, what do I normally do? And do the opposite. And with the Hangman, there's always the idea that this could be for better or worse, but that what you're in isn't working. And that can have a little bit of a fear factor there of, well, if it is possibly for worse, why wouldn't I want to stay in my nice little close-knit, comfy situation? This is what I'm familiar with. Well, the good news is all of these cards going on over here. So you're going to have to stop the addiction. You're going to have to do whatever you need to do. I don't say that lightly because I don't know what addiction you're suffering from, and I think most addictions are really difficult to overcome. So I don't say that lightly, but that you're going to have to do whatever you need to do, see whoever you need to see to get out of there. I really suggest you're going to have to delete social media. Get off Twitter, get off Instagram, those type of social media accounts where you can refresh constantly and you're just kind of caught in a loop, checking it over again. You're going to have to get off it completely. Delete it from your phone. Get off of it. And definitely, this is like really hard again to just say this to someone, but you're making this a bigger deal. And once you start making those difficult decisions, they will then be behind you. And then this is when it can lead into all this good stuff. So Into the Unknown talks about trusting in the unknown. But this oracle card's really awesome because there's an element of saying, well, you're asking me to take, let's say again, you're like this girl and you're blindfolded and you're like, well, I'm blindfolded. How will I know as I step forward I'm not going to fall off the balcony? Well, look at what the position she's in. The really cool thing is you're totally going to walk into the ballroom and, meet your prince or princess or receive a ton of money, or there's a lot of good things ahead of you, but unfortunately, you're just not going to know how it's going to go to get there. You're starting a new cycle. It's a weird unknown territory. Everything's going to feel new. It's going to feel weird completely leaving the life you had before in that way. But with the Child Orphan, which is such an intense name for a card, and the Nine of Pentacles, this shows me that you're going to have to take charge and do this alone. This is not something that's going to involve support and encouragement. This is going to be something that you'll receive later, but you're going to have to do it yourself, and you're going to just get so much unbelievable positive stuff going on. So much positive stuff. Because the Nine of Pentacles is about just like you're wildly successful through independence. This also talks about leadership, which is kind of funny because the Emperor upright is often referred to some sort of authoritative figure. So I think this is somebody who's you're not only going to take sort of a leadership role proactively changing your life, but I think you're going to be quite more influential than you realize. Maybe giving people support to say like, look, I overcame this thing I was dealing with and you can too. Look how good I'm doing. I think that this could be defining for you. This could be your path to those greener pastures you think that are unattainable. So this shows about how you have to do it alone. It's your decision, but it's a bit of that facing the hard decisions and understanding that there's not going to be one thing that's going to make you do it. There's not going to be some magic button. It's a bit of just doing it, realizing you did it, realizing what you've accomplished from it, and moving forward, or realizing maybe it's not as hard as it seems. Whatever it is, it's just an act of like, you just got to go do it. But this is going to pull you out of this like funk you're in, and then this is when like your spark and your passion start to really like kind of get revived again, because this has been dulling it. With the Wheel of Fortune upright, this is just this is like one of the best cards. I don't get this card very often to read because luck is such a random thing in the universe, but luck just totally swings your way. You just totally open this wonderful door and you're suddenly given a lot of wonderful opportunity and just chances going in your favor. And then this is where it gets really cool, and this is why I definitely feel it's social media oriented even more with the Page of Wands. But with the Ten of Pentacles, this is just about lots of security through finances, wealth. This is the ultimate you're gonna make a lot of money type card, which is why Spirit's speaking up about this too. I feel like you're somehow going to overcome this addiction by also getting off social media and making the hard decisions. And that by changing this cycle, you're going to find a sense of confidence, and other people are going to see that. and find that really admirable. And I feel you potentially making even a business. This reading wasn't meant to be about a career type thing, but I see you doing something where you earn a profit from people seeing this positive change and you making this positive change. And everything's just kind of going to work out in your favor, which is beautiful, because not everybody who puts out a thumbnail on YouTube or puts out a business, they could do everything right, and sometimes luck is just not in their favor. It doesn't, see the right thing, but it's going to be for you. So this is like pretty awesome. A lot of the time I'm just telling people like, oh, you need to overcome this pain, or this is the thing blocking you, and a lot of the time it's emotional. For you, yeah, make those dramatic choices, because you're going to get dramatic rewards and results. I hope you enjoyed this reading as much as I did. I love doing this, and consider giving it a like and subscribing, because it helps out in the like you would not believe. Either way, I'm wishing you the best, and let's get started with group number 3. Group number 3, let's answer the question, how to get your spark and passion back. Your first tarot card is Ace of Wands upright. 3 of Cups upright. The High Priestess in reverse. 7 of Swords in reverse. I'm already getting like a friendship vibe going on. 10 of Swords in upright. 7 of Cups upright. Yep, friendship vibes. King of Wands in reverse. 9 of Wands upright. The Death card upright. Well, that's good. Your Oracle card is Balancing Act in reverse, and your last card is Visionary. Yeah, I can already tell this is a friendship that, well, it didn't go in your favor, unfortunately. Okay, so I can already tell from the Ace of Wands upright, the 7 of Cups upright, and Visionary, you're I don't normally say this, but like there's just something about you where you have a certain kind of like light and glow and enthusiasm. There's just something about you. You naturally draw people to you with this kind of ethereal, light. There's just like a magical kind of vibe to you. But the cool thing is you're someone who likes to share that vibe, and your general positive glowiness grows when you are with other people that help you lose yourself in the moment more. You definitely feed off of new adventures and being in the moment and spontaneity, where one beautiful moment emerges after the next. Like, you're going to totally appreciate when you have synchronicities or weird experiences happen, and you just go to bed like brimming and vibrating with excitement. And you definitely benefit from this type of like passion and joy and light and spark for life when you're with other people in the 3 of Cups. Now, this friendship group in particular we're talking about, though, is something that you went in with that intense passion and enthusiasm. Like, this is more than a friendship group where when you're done work or school and you go hang out with them afterwards, you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go hang out with my friends. This is more of a friendship group that you like think of actively. You get so excited, you think of their birthdays and what to get them. You're just definitely, this consumes you in the best possible way. Like, this isn't a negative thing that it drew you in so much and got you just so passionate and excited. I can see, though, that it unfortunately did not go in your way. Here, and here. Yeah. Okay, so it looks like there was a lot of opening up in the friendship. This is definitely people that you not only enjoyed their company, but you felt safe enough and you wanted to. You enthusiastically wanted to be your most raw and authentic self and let them know what you're into, what you've been through, your deepest, darkest secrets. You were totally cool opening up with them. There was definitely a vibrancy about it. But unfortunately, with the High Priestess in reverse, this talks about how you put your trust in with the wrong people. This can refer to manipulation, but with the King of Wands here, this is somebody who's a flake. They're not like the worst people ever. I don't know if I can say that. No, with the Ten of Swords, I mean, this is straight up like someone backstabbing you. You know, it ended in, or the good times ended and not in a good way. And unfortunately, because, you know, you had the best of intentions, you went into this with a good heart, and unfortunately, these weren't the right people to do that with, and it didn't work out in your favor. This kind of leads to the whole ending of the Seven of Cups, which is this feeling of all these options, you know. That's definitely how you view life. The Visionary is somebody who, I mean, it says it right here on the card, it talks about how they're someone who's able to see things that don't exist yet. They are a visionary. You're definitely very open to the possibilities of life and adventure. And they were drawn to that. They were attracted to that. But I don't want to say they sucked you dry a little bit, but it felt like that when you realized they weren't going to reflect what you had to offer, as well as maybe you were giving them a little too much credit. Unfortunately, you were thinking you were feeling magical and you were like, maybe they're magical too. No, they weren't, unfortunately. They're just kind of not that cool of people, and they're moving from one thing to the next because they're unable to find passion in their own life. And this negative experience really threw you out of whack with the balance act in reverse. It's kind of unfortunate. It's more than just like, oh, I didn't have a good friendship. It kind of did a total sweep slate of your general passion and spark for life. I don't see anything that shows you're like in a deep depression at all. I think you're mostly okay, but you're definitely duller. Your senses for sure are duller. You're a little more aware of the day-to-day activities rather than this sense of adventure in life and possibility. You're just kind of, you're a little bit checked out a little bit. And the cool thing is, though, I feel like you're still, and Spirit's telling me you're still in contact with these people. It does not feel like you're going to end, especially here with the Death card, or it hasn't ended yet. It's kind of like you haven't fully said goodbye to them. It's like maybe every couple weeks or months you guys go out still, you still think about them. There's this, or maybe you're still in it, but there's a definite sense of distrust. You're pulling away from this friendship because you've seen their true colors, and that maybe, you know, you're surprised that whatever they did to you would have happened. Like maybe they hooked up with your person you had a crush on or something like that. But either way, the way you're going to find your passion and spark back is through the Nine of Wands. The Death card talks about how there's an ending of this negative cycle that we talked about here. This, because the interesting thing is, this does not tell you not to be social again. In fact, it urges you to be social again. That it's a good thing that you find a sense of passion, energy that gets escalated, and kind of, it's like throwing coal into the fire, your passion fires, by being with other people. That's not a bad thing. But this group is, and maybe the way you went about making the friends could have a little bit of alterations to it. In the Death card, this talks about it ending through the Nine of Wands and it being taken towards flaky people or this particular group, but also friendship groups in general. See, the Nine of Wands is about somebody preparing for what's going to happen. It doesn't mean that you need to take on a defensive role. It definitely urges you to not become paranoid or isolated. It's not meant, you have to find, again, this talks about finding the balance of being able to know what, if you encountered another flaky person and they disappointed you, what do you need to hear or feel or know about yourself so that you don't see it as anything other than a small speed bump you travel over and your passion can keep escalating. It's like the second your, you know, happiness and everything's free in love gets interrupted, it ruins the illusion that you need to keep living in. And that makes sense. Like, you want to keep it growing and growing and growing by existing longer and longer and building off of. And you need to be prepared because you burn so brightly, people are going to be drawn to that. You're going to draw a lot of flaky people who think that they can get their next, sense of fun activity or sense of passion of life that they're missing in their own life from you. You need to be able to better identify them. You need to not take it, it's not taking it so personally, because I'm not asking you to be less emotional. You had a completely reasonable reaction. It's more like I always believe that there's a certain set of magic words we need to hear, each one of us individually as individuals, that helps us overcome certain problems. And there's something that you need to hear that's maybe your magic words are like, they can never take my light away, or they're just it's not as serious as it seems. I don't know what it is, but figure out your combination of words or advice or thing to be prepared for that, because tarot is urging you for sure to get back out there. You find your passion through friends. I think you should go back out there, but you should be ready for people who pop in and being able to handle it so they don't interrupt your flow. It doesn't mean not being open and vulnerable, maybe not being open and vulnerable with such gusto so soon, but you need to find a balance between being somewhat realistic that you're going to deal with these type of people with a mix of fully enjoying yourself and making good friends. And keep in mind, it doesn't mean you're not going to meet people that are absolutely wonderful and live up to all this wonderful potential you feel about the world and other people. Those people are out there, but you burn so brightly, you're going to attract some fleas along the way. So just that's something to keep in mind. But overall, don't give up. You got this. I hope you enjoyed this reading as much as I enjoyed giving it. I love giving these, as you can tell. Please consider giving it a like and a subscribe. It helps out the channel like you would not believe. But otherwise, have a wonderful day. I'm wishing you the best, and let's get ready for group number 4. Group number 4. Let's answer the question, how to get your spark and passion back. Your first tarot card is the Sun upright. That is a very good sign. 8 of Cups upright. Okay, never mind. Ace of Pentacles upright. Oh, the Sun again in reverse. Page of Cups in reverse. The Star in reverse. Ace of Cups upright. 2 of Cups in reverse. The Sun again. Look, there's a sun in every spread. Sun in reverse. Wow. Okay, that makes sense. Stuck in the Mud in reverse. Oracle card. And your last card is Lover. That is so interesting. It's interesting because, I see the 2 of Cups here, and I see Lover, but I don't think this is romantic. It could be, but I don't feel like it's romantic. Okay, so you're gonna have to... How do I express this? Okay, so I want to deliver this message in the nicest way possible, but it feels like there is a mountain out of molehill type of situation going here. Because when we have this many Sun cards going on, this is saying that that spark, that passion, that thing you want, it's already right here, by tenfolds. And unfortunately, you are, here in the Star in reverse, you're not seeing it, you're not connected to it, you're kind of trying to nitpick for the negative stuff, it looks like. In the Sun, upright in this case, this is when everything was going great in your life, and this is referring to more of the daily activities, you liked your friends, you liked how everything was going in your life. This is how the cycle of your life was going right then, and everything was awesome. But you kind of had to leave that behind because there was a new opportunity popping up in the Ace of Pentacles. And this can refer to maybe a new job you had, something like that. It could be a new relationship, but
I just, in my gut and spirit is telling me it's not. So whatever, you had to change up your life for this new opportunity, and that kind of shifted your cycle around, and it wasn't exactly perfect. You're someone who really pays attention to all the details, especially with the Lover card right here. You are just super, super passionate when it comes to having things in a particular way. I can see here and here the fixation on the way things are, when and how, and all the, you know, details. Totally understandable. That's not a negative thing. But it's causing the suns here to be in reverse. The suns in reverse are really positive, but I guess they're viewed negatively because it's the way of saying you're not getting 100% of everything you want. It's like 95%. But compared to some cards that talk about getting what you want with a catch, there's no catch here. This is more of a perspective thing. Like the fact that you're even choosing to see the 5% that isn't going exactly your way is kind of a mood shift. You know, it's your perspective on things. And unfortunately, I see the Page of Cups here, which is like, it's kind of like a bit of like not a nice card, because it's describing that you're kind of starting to become, this is so mean to say, it's like a shallow perspective. It's very self-interest leveled. Understandably, you felt very consumed by, you didn't get exactly what you want. You were like, man, I had all this awesome stuff. I changed this new opportunity. It's not exactly the way it was. I thought I was going to, you know, keep building and building this happiness. And you're becoming more consumed with what isn't there. And there's kind of an ungrateful sort of attitude coming on. Again, I am not trying to be mean. I'm not judging you. This is just something you're going through. I have the utmost compassion for. But it's unfortunately this sort of perspective that you're going through right now is leading to the Star in reverse, which is also weirdly a positive card. Like I said, this is like nothing but positivity. You are surrounded by your spark, your passion, that thing that vibes you is literally on top of you, and you won't look up. Because the Star is saying that you're fine. You're on the right path. You're not seeing it. That's the big problem. But it's totally there. So this new opportunity you took, especially the Star being right underneath it, is saying like, oh, you're fine. That was the right choice for you to pick the Ace of Pentacles. But maybe sometimes as we're growing and changing and moving towards other things, it isn't always perfect. There are adjustments, or there's a different form of happiness, and you have to acclimate to it. And you're so focused on what isn't there or what it used to be like, that yes, you're totally enjoying a lot of, and you aren't completely ungrateful, but watch out, that's becoming kind of an issue or a problem, essentially. Especially with the stuck in mud kind of thing, it talks about the idea of like getting what you want, when and how, and focusing on it to a fault, and it actually causing you to be stuck. So if you're starting to kind of go through that right now, where you're like, oh, you know, I got my new job, but everything wasn't really perfect. Oh, wait, now I'm starting to notice things aren't moving as forward. And now you're really starting to notice the negative, so to speak. That's on you. You're not stuck. You're creating too many pretenses is the best word for it, that it's making it a problem. Again, I can't blame you. I really love your energy and positivity with, you're just a very passionate person. You really, when you enjoy something, you enjoy it thoroughly. So that's like really beautiful. But your advice to get your spark and passion back comes in the Two of Cups in reverse. So what's causing you to experience this 95% is you need to kind of, it's a mixture of one, finding in the Ace of Cups upright a sense of, compassion for, you know, others, and gratitude, and just like there's a lot of like sharing and caring and love. So I think you should focus on the more loving aspects of your situation, just really thriving in the good stuff and like expressing it and really soaking it up to really therefore feel. You kind of need proof that it is this good. So that way by sharing it, you will feel it best. So definitely take your friends out to dinner. Just express to people how much you enjoy. If you like your coworkers and they're fun to be with, let them know. You're going to start to feel the energy kind of bounce back on you, and you start to kind of recheck in that everything's fine, you're good. Your passion and spark is like right there more than you know. You're even on the right path in your life. But in the Two of Cups, it talks about how you want to fix this problem, this cycle that you're in, by being aware of when and how you fixate and when the negative cycles are happening. Like, analyze it. It's a looking at how things went wrong and how your part was to play in it, and how can you then prevent it again. Because as far as this reading is, it's relatively positive. Like, it basically says, you're fine, you're great, you're way closer than most people, including all of the spreads I've been reading. It's right there. You're good to go. You're even good to go in life. But you need to just reassess the way you go about things. Give yourself a little more proof that it's there by example, and you can be the one to manifest that example and see it. And then be very aware of, what was I doing before that got me in this mindset? Like, what was I repeating a little too often in my head or focusing on that then made me view the sun in reverse? Because the second you do this, you're going to really start to notice the change, have a different perspective. I would definitely suggest viewing this with the viewpoint that it's going to be a new kind of passion and spark for you. It's not going to feel the same way as the old one did, and stop fixating on that it's got to be like that. Or you're going to miss out on a different version of like a spark and a passion and enjoyment that you could enjoy. So overall, like, really positive. Just a small tweak, a little change. Go have some fun. Change your perspective. You've got this. It's pretty positive. Show some more gratitude, all that good stuff. So yeah, I hope that came off in the nicest way possible, because there's no judgment or anything for me. Just sometimes the cards can be kind of harsh. But other than that, please consider giving it a like and subscribe. It helps out the channel like you would not believe. Either way, guys, have a beautiful day. I'm wishing you the best, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!